then fights for the ramp. I mean, that was what, 3 or 4 boxes that FlameScram had to do that through? Doesn't just get frustrated and W key in, which would cause him to lose health. Instead, plays it the right way and is rewarded with not only a clean elimination, but max materials in the late game.
Yeah, and he still has a baller, which you notice that baller players tend to have very low eliminations because of their passive play. If you give someone who is willing to sit on top of you and pressure you down, catch eliminations, and have this baller, he is only setting himself up for a better end game. Sees replenished materials, and I'll take a look here at Bloxu from Lestream. Great loadout mobility at an all-time high with a Rift to go, Shadow Bomb. 40 players still remaining. No one has been granted any placement points. He just jumps out. Gives Ake a nice little shot right there. Yeah.
You tell Bloxy was looking like, oh, do I get out? Do I go loot the rest of that or what? When you've got a baller, you got a Rift, you got Shadow Bombs. Listen, you're just using all these different rotation items. You're playing for placement with an inventory like that.
You can't just jump out on people like that. Blocks out, hit him with the stunner, man. You gotta slow down, dude. Here's Julian, looking for a big rotation right now. Shadow Bombs out. He is in full effect to get to this next zone. He does find himself there. It's a quick little crouch. Clean edit. Doesn't overdo it. As the ballers are also creating rampage here. So with all of these Shadow Bombs, this is where you use them. You dump them out. You save your materials. You try your best to see if you can catch someone, being that you get ahead first. And if you can't, it's okay. You just use on to the next one. Nice little shot right there. It's gonna take that player's baller, takes 60 shield as well. Good reaction speed. Catches the 10s. He walks into the box with the drum gun W key. It's not gonna work out. And now he's got a heavy sniper.
If you're watching right now, whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, or the in-game client, first day today that we have the ability to stream live from direct in the game. Shout out to the developers who worked on that one, getting screenshots of it. I want you, if you're watching from in-game right now, or in general, send us how you're watching. Show us the setup. Show us a screenshot of you watching in-game. Let us know what you think. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We'll bring so many new eyes on Fortnite competitive and see just how insane and high skill these lobbies are. You know, I've been involved in esports for so many years, Monster, and you know, getting as much competitive support from the developers is so key, and this is another step to that. Alongside the incredible prize pools and the events coming up, Fortnite's in a good spot here, moving forward. Let's just
this is the World Cup.
Let's get rid of that semi-auto sniper rifle, change up a couple little things there, and I think we'll be good. Epic, you got my number.
You guys need help. Holla at Courage, man. He knows what's up.
Let's give me some chicken parm. You don't even have to pay me.
Pay the man in chicken parm. It can happen here. As Bloxu pops the rift, takes up a player with him. Will he land a shot in the air? Looks like he managed to connect. Something just happened there. Yep. Notice Bloxu down by himself. Nifty little trick right there. If you can be fast with the fingertips, you can see make some big plays here. Blocks is in the game right now. 3 elimination, no longer has a baller. These final moments here. Down comes the Shadow Bomb, says, you know what? I don't want to be all the way up. Someone's healing right nearby. What's he gonna do? 7 players remain. Can he break this top 5 threshold, get some more placement? That is what he wants to do right now.
So close.
So close. You have to think, if he's at 30+ points right now, he is near the top 10. He's in the running for Fortnite World Cup. There it is, placement points being rewarded as Julian catches A's.
There's still a chance for more, though. Between the final eliminations of the Victory Royale, FlameScram, water falling all the way down from the insane high ground. Yeah, no choice here. Has made it down. Bloxu on the low ground, fighting Julian. 3 players left in total.
This is the World Cup, guys, the European region. Who is going to punch their ticket to New York City as we have a 3-way battle? Julian goes up, says he doesn't want to battle Blocks. But that might be a big mistake because Blocks is going to find him with the peak shot. And no, Julian actually takes himself out to the storm, so no one's rewarded. But Graham Flame has the campfire. It's going to out-tick Blocks in the final moments.
Yeah, the 2 campfires better than none. FlameScram shows it right there. Congrats on the Victory Royale. 39 points, definitely higher up there on the standings. But But I know Zeke and Sundown are back over at our analyst station, want to show us some updates from Europe.
Thank you so much, Courage. Great cast on day as always. We are back in studio. I've got Sundown with me. Let's go walk on over, see how things are going. Hope you're having an incredible Sunday. Finals day is beginning. Sundown, what incredible clips have you pulled for us today?
Thank you so much, Zeke. Yes, so what we're going to look at now are titans of the European region who have yet to qualify for the solos portion of the competition. So we know Mitro and Mongo have qualified in the duos, but here is Mongo trying to make his case for a solo spot as well. Nice little pickup on the backside to get Paquito and then to get all of the mats as well. So now he's on the low ground, backside of the storm with a decent power position as everyone's rotating towards him, gets the combat shot there, and you can see his aggression. He's trying to take the walls and continue going forward. Nice little hangout on the tree here since he has no builds, using it to catch himself, finds Supremacy's Magi, gets all the builds from that, and now uses it to box himself up and then go to work. The one bandage being enough, the other player desperately trying to take the wall, but the 5 HP being the difference, takes the victory royale going there. Another Titan. We saw him all through the Winter Royale, and we've seen him become so close in the other solos competitions. Will today be his day? Sky is making a case for it here. Running. Right now, he's been playing a lot of low ground towards either the right or left side, forcing players to rotate into him and then utilizing his combat shotguns and higher shields to take favorable trades. He's never straight clearing people out without taking damage in and of himself, but he's okay to go forward and be aggressive, catching I'm the Beast there with a sick end through the floor and then dropping it out. Now, riding along the side, you can see this is a top 4 situation. Incredibly tense, incredibly clutch there. Getting Ryu with the fast edit and then turning around and finding Zoe right away. So what does he do from the low ground? Knows the players up on the tree. Courage called it out great. You can't do this to Skype. Even if it is the half second, he's going to hit the shot. That was a great victory round. Let's hop right on board into his next match because he's not slowing down. Right there from the cone, a singular peak. Sometimes you make your own luck. If you don't take the shot, you don't get the elim, and now Sky fragging his way. One thing to notice, not going down the trap there, put him into the top 25, got the placement points, and then picking up this one right here, pushes him into the top 15 as well. When we talk about critical and clutch eliminations, those are them, the ones that get you into the next point threshold. So crew, from the top down now in a top 10 situation, one elim then drops down and immediately with the combat finds negative. Now Valhalla Vikings crew, he has qualified with his partner Chapex in the duos just like Mongrel, but he's desperately trying to find a solo spot. He's been the most consistent player out of Europe in solos to not get a spot, and there's been a reason for it. Look at how meticulous he plays this low ground, finding the player, picking up the victory royale right there. Brilliantly done. Let's take a look at the standings and see where they are. Crew up there in the second spot, but Indreda is not slowing down. Picks up another victory royale. 4 games played, 52 points. And again, you might not think a 7-point lead, but when the rest of the table is within 5 points of each other, that's nutty. If he can keep it up, he'll be going to New York City. Let's not forget, Mongrel and Skype right up there as well in qualifying range right now.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, top 8 is going through. Now, because Cliche has already qualified, this spot would go down 1. So right now, Jamside would be going through if everything was said and done. There's still plenty of games to get into. So for now, let's send it back in. Courage JD, Monster D-Face, get us back into these games. Gentlemen, take it away.
Boys, yes, back into more European action. Look at that leaderboards, and any surprises on there for you? I know, seeing Andretta up by 7. Sundown pointed it out. That's an incredible position to be in. Halfway through.
Yeah, I mean,
more than halfway through.
It's been a stompy show up until this point, so to see a new person at the top, it is definitely a shocker here in the final weeks, where you would think the pressure would be getting to more players, but the best of the best will prevail here. So now we're looking at Aiden. He's trying to battle with himself. And just to give you guys a little heads up, there's 48 minutes to queue up to try and get your last 10 games. And you only have 10 attempts to muster and accrue as many points as possible within the window time frame to queue up. So 47 minutes remain. And again, if you're watching competitive Fortnite for the first time ever, this is what it is. We're jumping straight into the action to keep you guys up to date, skipping past, scrubbing past some of the landing portions. But these are full games. And we're hopping into the tail ends to give you guys the best of the best action in the final moments.
Hear me out. How dope would this be? This would be nuts. I know. This is why, you know, Epic pays me chicken parm. Imagine this. You watch from the in-game client, and it's a challenge. And if you complete the challenge, you get a spray, or D-Bucks, or a dance.
Yes.
Viewer incentives to tune in to the Fortnite World Cup. I mean, that sounds like 200 IQ, huh, Monster?
I mean, if we can do that,
oh, it can be done.
can we split credit, or I was here?
Epic, if you wind up doing that, you owe me half the game's revenue from all time.
All right, as we hop back in with Snowy here. Captain Shenanigan Courage is in full effect here.
Oh gosh, hello.
Throwing hops into the lots. Big old shot for Jonzo right there. It's gonna keep Snowy in the game. You know, he did take some damage, but with that 50 siphon heal, he's gonna allow him to just kind of bounce back like he never left. So free elimination for him, kind of walks in. That's a desperate play to make when someone kind of throws it all out. And
it almost looks like they moved out from that campfire and just went all in with the heavy sniper. And that's one where you try to make it work. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Here's Mongrel, 38 points. Still doing well from when we last checked in.
Can he find a shot here? He's so close to making this placement point. He's at 28 points here. So close, so close. He just needs to kind of hold out for just a little bit longer. It's a big rotation here. Having a shadow bomb should keep him in the running. There are so many other players with shadow bombs colliding and collapsing in the same area right now. Does he own all the walls? He does a quick check, a little spin around right there. Lands some more shots. He's on the hunt. Can he find it? That player has no shield. Takes a wild pop shot there. Doesn't quite connect, but he's still in the running right now, and he does make the placement finally here as Idhem goes down.
Top 24. Mongrel trying to hold these walls. Getting sprayed out for a moment. You can tell the thought process of Mongrel, right? It's, I look at the zone and shoot at anyone that is with their back right to it, right? And that's all Mongrel keeps doing. Now realizes how low he is on mats, decides it's time to stop full boxing and start just pyramiding when I can. That's the elimination, though, that Mongrel needed to at least earn some more materials to make this next rotation even possible. No shadow bombs, no baller, no launch pad. Just his ability to out-aim his opponents and build with whatever materials he has left. Mongrel, 0 builds. The worst case scenario for Fortnite in the late game. The one silver lining here, Monster does still have a ton of HP, but here's the issue. Still not in the top 15, wants his extra placement points. Zone right at his back. I can tell you right now, if this was Mongrel, still on another position in this lobby, Mongrel would be shooting at where he is himself because of this positioning. Down to 5 HP, no shot, no builds left. Where Mongrel's skill comes in is in his ability to outbuild and out-edit his opponents. And unfortunately, with no builds, that's not possible.
Yeah, in those final moments, it's hard to tell if he did just scrape out the placement point, though. 3 players went down in quick succession. We'll find out when we check in with them later here. But Rozzy, who had the high ground and some impulses, just trying to chuck him out here. Maybe see if he can flush somebody out really quickly. Imagine if he lands one, it would be crazy. Real for himself. He has the flint knock to get off of the high ground. If you guys are new to the Fortnite scene, you can negate fall damage with the flint knock. It's actually one of the most versatile tools in the game, or weapons. So here comes the AR. It's a nice little headshot right there. And Mitch goes down. And now it's off to build again as he's trying to save his high positioning here. He does have that flint. 1 flint to the body when you're in the high ground, and you're getting chucked off those builds. Probably guaranteed.
Yeah.
To get eliminated at that point.
So Razy just more than happy going back over all these old builds. So not even having to reinforce this. It's already fully built. It looks like brick and metal. Castery, Nort, Snowy, Finn. All on low ground. Razy's having a time of their life up top. Top 5, so now the only placement points remaining come from getting a victory royale. As now Nork will build on out, staying ahead of the zone. 30 builds remaining. Good job holding these back edits. Here's this rocket launcher getting reloaded, and that is just a terrifying sound this late in the game. Big damage coming through. Shields have been shattered on this player up close. He's gonna have to push into this. Oh, he's stuck. He's stuck. Oh no, he is stuck in Nork. Oh gosh. What?
It rotates back around into him, so Nork's now ahead of the zone. This is going to give him another opportunity to stay in it. Can he win the exchange? Breaks the trap in time.
Oh, shit.
200. Nork is still in the game right now. It's a 1v1 situation with the low ground hold. Razi's got to be low on materials at this point. Yes, he is. Just one. This is a close one here. Nort goes out with the side peek, catches him off guard.
No!
Oh, that'll be enough. As
Last shot was the flint knock. That's why Razi's flying through the air. It was a combat flint knock duo shot that wound up ending the game right there. Such a dirty combo that you can wind up using. Wondering if more and more players will begin to bring it on out. One brief note that I just wound up finding out through Twitter. Through the in-game client, you can actually queue for games and in queue watch the stream.
That's
real
awesome.
That's real dope. So really looking forward to continuing to see how that gets filled out. And again, if I'm going to keep plugging it, it's because I know how important it is for the scene to be seen by as many people as possible. There are a lot of people out there that are probably watching for the first time today, so I know the brilliant minds in production, except for Punch, will be playing the new key terms for a new viewer video a lot more today than normal. So if you see someone that's asking questions in any of the chats, or you know someone that might be watching for the first time, help them get into competitive Fortnite. Help them with the viewer experience and welcome them to this beautiful, beautiful thing.
Maybe if you're just wondering what's going on, what's playing right here, hey, it's us. This is live, real time.
Yeah.
You guys can totally tune in and learn some Fortnite tips and tricks.
There's $2 million on the line in these matches today. And this is the last chance for these players to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Live from New York City in July.
Creo que me tendrías que escuchar porque yo estoy hablando directamente al micrófono.
By this week, I mean literally 7 days from now, next weekend.
Nice little push right there. Driz is going to find Hellwing. Notice how he plays a single wall. He plays the right camera angle naturally, holds it down, squeaks past that trap. If you hold the wall, you can just kind of get right past and doesn't lose his composure. He just pushes all the way through. Now back with Skite. Skite.
He's always got the camera on him, huh?
He's been in it today, man. Today could be it.
Observers
top eight make it through. Oh boy.
If we're gonna keep showing him he's gonna hit shots like that, I'm happy with it. I'm more than happy to keep bringing that up. Heavy sniper, arguably my favorite weapon in the game. In a position like this is like the bread and butter. No real worries, no one challenging. Just the ability to aim on down in the zones, moving. Great spot to be in.
Yeah, all he's looking for is for someone to
overpeak,
make a window and find opportunity here. But Kubik's still in the game, has a baller, about half HP, just looking for an opportunity. Can he find one? He's going to be way ahead of the zone here. And he is somehow just above the damage threshold. You will take damage in the final moments if you have not dealt enough in return. So just hiding around the ball is not going to cut it. You have to get shots, get tags on opponents like that right there. That's 259s, and he catches Midnight with a third one. A body, can he get another? That's the second, and a third.
Jeez.
All off of the baller to get ahead of the zone. Push players who have limited mobility. They can't move across fast enough, and they fall victim. And off he goes. He doesn't even care. He doesn't need the match. Doesn't need anything. He's just out.
Absolutely helped to move above that damage threshold needed for the Storm Surge. 32 players now, 31, 30 left in this game. Top 25 will earn those placement points. On the high ground, you've got, what is that, Losic, a baller flying in, and the baller just broke, so there's actually a fight going on right now. Majestic still playing low underneath all these builds. You see Hassan down there as well. Solarinikov there too. And the beautiful, beautiful view of everyone moving with this zone. As they all know, the Storm, the #1 enemy this late in the game.
It's so crazy. I've had the pleasure of reviewing players like Tachinkin and Stompy. During these zones, they will battle for the high if they have even a slight chance at taking it. So even with 20 players remaining, Storm Zone 7, you want to be up here. Let's see what Tachinkin decides to do as he's running out of materials. Can he find a player? If not, he's going to be forced low, but something tells me he's going to catch someone here. Can he? And there it is. Someone's in his sights right now. He's going to get ahead of this player. He's going to work his way around, find a better angle here to take the battle. And now he's off to hunt. Hopping back up. Oh, it's big old
no. Oh,
grumpy
it stopped.
mountain.
A ver quién es el que
It
tiene
stopped.
la
Wait,
altura
I think
ahorita.
it's still kind of going over it, isn't it?
It's going right over it.
Oh, goodness. Well, people have got to build on up. The Chinkin gets hit hard in the back. We'll have to top and pop minis. Pressure still coming on in. Good job, though, recognizing that. Here's the view, and look at these players
A mí me
scattered
estaban
all
diciendo
around,
que
the
no
people down
escuchaba,
low.
por eso dije yo,
It's
ya
looking
está
quite
todo
grim.
gritando.
Right over the
Oh,
mountain.
I'm
He's doing everything he can with the flint knock.
Yeah,
Tub
he's trying
goes
to knock
down,
up.
Floaty goes down. Chicken's made it at least over this side.
It's because he didn't move first, but can he get this shot right here? He is going to hit him for a lot.
No.
5 on the flick to Delta, and Delta ICU goes right down. Chinkin is now battling the storm. Can he get out in time? He knows there's a player above him.
No
and
build.
he is. This is the last build right here.
Oh, se lo
not
echaron.
getting the cone fast enough.
Shit.
Unfortunately for him, that's going to be the end of his run there. But we're still in the game here. Driz is now battling someone who's trying to pad up to high ground. It's LOL Blue, who's already qualified for
Pudo agarrar la
solos
altura
just a
cuando
couple
usó el
weeks ago.
jump.
Driz catches someone in the ball. He's going to fall right out of it. And now it's Boom who has a player right
No,
above
pero
him.
que el
What's
que
Driz going
tiene
to
toda
do?
la altura.
Still looking for the peak shots here. Breaks another baller. Says no free rotations today. He's putting this pressure down right here. He's got plenty of materials to hold it out. He is just hunting right
No,
now.
que
No
la
one takes
cagó,
fall
la
damage.
cagó ya.
Didn't get to pop the redeploy in time.
Oh, shit.
Good job.
matter.
Hopping on the
Yeah,
boom with that combat shotgun. 4 players left, 35 points in total. Drizzy needs a solid ending right here to stay on track with these top performers.
Se me escucha mucho
Drops
mejor.
it on one. Brilliant.
Lovely
Done.
shot.
Catches himself with the shot. Just that little bit of extra chip damage. Doesn't break the
Jonathan.
shields, but either way knows the player down those weekend.
¿Cómo se me
Drops
escucha?
through another
Me
box.
escucha
This
mejor.
time it's on white HP. And this is the worst thing you could be on. Stuck in a box, player pushing in. Alpha
Ya perdí.
down to what? 15 health? This should be done.
If that, and
Se
these
escucha
are the
bien
final
claro.
moments, what are you going to do here? You just kind of be happy you got your placement and you're back to the lobby now. Don't waste any time there. It's
GG
Driz.
there for Drizzy. A
Walks
ton of
away.
materials left. European start to the day. High level lobbies. 50+ players remaining in these 5th zones. Storm surge all over the place. Zeke and Sundown.
Shit.
Thank you guys so much, man. These games are absolutely unbelievable. Guys, we cannot stress this enough. This is the final week of solo competition. This is it. Their final chance to punch their tickets to the FORTNITE World Cup Finals in New York City. Now, of course, we're hanging out with Sundown. We've got some incredible clips to show you guys. We'll take a look at the standings, and then we'll do one more special thing before we go to a break. So, Sundown, let's send it your way.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at some of the highlight reel plays we saw in that last block. And just real quick first, Nork on the low ground here, able to put some pressure in with the shots and then follow up right away, going to work with that rare combat shotgun and then dropping around the storm. Now, one thing, pushing through the trap, note his HP, he was down to 10, but the siphon put him back over the top. However, Razzie putting his high ground and that flint knock to work. If you saw the piece you talk about in the right hands, it can be absolutely devastating. And you see here, he opts to go for the higher one-shot potential. Now, the important thing to note is the flint knock has a better one-shot. So if you're only gonna fire one there, that's gonna be the choice. Now, Skite here, taking advantage. You can't get caught being a gargoyle, particularly when only your head is poked out there. Good night, Raven. Nothing going on there, but Cubex here with a nice little gatekeeping on the side, putting the great AR to work. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Real quick 3-point spread from him there. Well done. And then he was just able to box himself up and get safe. Now, let's take a look again at the standings.
Oh,
It's
my
still
goodness.
in Dredo with a 7-point lead, and Crew is actually starting to
Sí
kind
que
of separate
Morgan
himself
está
from
en
the pack
tercer
as
lugar
well. 8
ahorita.
points clear of the 3rd place, which is Mongrel, by the way, who's gotten himself up there. And again, Stompy never learned how to share. But one thing I want you to look at here: 3rd to 10th. Zeke, what is 49 minus 46?
3,000, just kidding, it's 3. That's a pretty small spread, man, all things considered. Don't forget, this is the top 3,000 players in the region. To have a spread this tight, especially in finals, the last chance, this is crazy.
Yeah, and like Jamside's done. That's all 10 of his matches.
all 10.
Can't queue up again. He can hope and pray that he holds on to that 8th spot, but I promise you, 46 points will not be enough. You're going to need to get in the top 8 because, again, this is your last shot to get to that New York City final.
Man, very tough spread here. We have to see, again, we're getting down to the wire here, guys. It's just coming down to these final few moments. Now that we take a look at the replays, the standings, we want to take a moment to take a look at the social wall, because as you guys know, I love interacting with you guys on social media. We got some incredible things like this crazy Peely artwork from Zavira. Okay, Zavira, I hope I said your name right. If I did not, I am so sorry. I can't wait to see Benji and Savage in the World Cup. It's going to be amazing. Watching the Fortnite World Cup, and it's going to be great. World Cup, thanks for the minigame while we waited.
Liquid Tay wants a rematch, Z. That might be something you can win.
Zegamus Prime, are we on for rock, paper, scissors rematch today? You know we are. In fact, Fortnite fam, because we're going to go to break, let's do one right now. All right, now it's going to be rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Very simple. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tag me in it. Did I win? Did you win? Now, don't forget, throughout the day, I'll be on BTS. So you may want to watch because we're going to be playing more of this game. And I'm going to win. I'm probably going to lose. I'm going to try. But with that, guys, we're going to a 5-minute break. Don't go too far because when we get back, Fortnite action after that.
Dice, vamos 100. Hold up.
What's going on, Fortnite fam? We're here for week number 8. And you know it's time to go meet up with the casters, so let's
So much for your intro, Zeke.
It's time for weekend!
I'm Golden Boy, one of your hosts, and we're going to jump right in.
I am so excited to be casting this game today. We are back.
All right, so we're getting ready. It's been a really great day so far. So a lot to get through. We want to talk to...
Vamos a cambiar esto aquí. Quería ver si todo está bien. Pues ahorita, calmaos. Toma esto un rato. Pues voy a hacer directa ya, gente jugando. Púrate mejor, me dice. Ay, ok, está bien. Perdón. Fuiste a prender el aire. El aire.
Dijiste que lo vaya a apagar.
Que lo prendas. Ahorita. Que tengo calor.
Ok, Brian.
Tengo calor. Anda. Espérate.
Ok.
Como yo lo tenía, está. Ok, así sí. Hay que hacer una pija calor.
Ya vine de vuelta, Brian. Chachi está poniendo el directo. So,
up against Ouroboros was a 7-0 start in the lead for Ouroboros. So when going into that match, we're talking about the forward jersey. It's already daunting. The chance of coming back from that is very slim.
Okay.
North, you know, setting up their cottage, setting up their homes.
Take 3, take 5, take 4, and 5 minute game!
Ready off 5, ready off 6, take off 6.
Keep on 1!
Ready off 3, take off 3. Ready off 7, take off 10.
And cut. Keep up the good work.
Are we gonna do a FORTNITE? Wait. Let's do a Pookie. Let's do a Pookie on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We have a post-show pinata.
Right now, see. So that camera hit Pete in the face.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the continued coverage of the FORTNITE World Cup Open Online Qualifiers. We are in solos, week 9, the last chance to qualify for one of the biggest competitive gaming events ever, live from New York City, the World Cup Finals. Cannot wait for it to kick off. The action today has been fantastic. And guess what? I've got great news for you. We have one of the most talented, handsome, well-spoken, loved, positive people I've ever met in Sundown.
Tifu bad.
Dude, I hate polar peak endings. Holy fuck. I guess it's not too bad anymore now that you can
Tifu bad look.
just slide down. Yeah.
Watch Mongrel. Is he in a game?
Tifu bad look. Take me out. Wake me up. No.
How do they know that? How do they know?
También Lolito está.
Si en esta partida la gana y se saca unos 15 puntos, podría llegar a clasificarse. Y también puede hacer un hot drop, que yo lo que haría. Yo haría un hot drop y jugaría una partida full. Si en el hot drop se saca unas cuantas kills, en plan 2, 3, 4, o esos son puntos que sumas, ¿sabes? Tienes más posibilidades todavía, o sea que no está todo perdido todavía. Adri PS4, muchas gracias por los 3 meses. Ángel Saito, muchas gracias por el Prime. Jonathan, muchas gracias por el Prime.
No, mira, Secret Morgan.
A ver, yo creo que ya lo único que queda de ver es...
That's awesome. I'm so sore, man. My fucking legs are killing me. Oh.
No calificó. No calificó.
I'm worried, chat. My internet is acting up. There's nothing I can do about it.
No calificó el padre.
There is nothing I can do about it. I just gotta hope that it stops acting up in an hour and a half.
Ninja ya dejó de streamear. Esto sigue en la World Cup que no sigue. Ay, pinche cosas dicen. Pinches anuncios. We are going to eat.
Morning, everybody. Welcome back to E3.
Oh, shoot. Look at that.
This looks cool.
Je vais cinquième game, il est troisième. Il y a vraiment tout le monde là qui s'est mis en ultra instinct pour sa dernière qualification, ce qui est normal. Hein.
Ah oui.
C'est la toute dernière. Oh, attention, Kid qui se fait un petit peu aggro, il y a eu une explosion, mais rien de bien méchant, il n'aura pas pris de dégâts, donc tant mieux.
Par contre, une chose à savoir, voilà, il y a un joueur là.
Side est mort. Side, pourtant, c'est un joueur évidemment qu'on connaît très bien.
Who is streaming right now?
Pour lui.
Ça c'est important de regarder au-dessus d'Airwax, à combien de games ils sont les gens. Parce que lui il en reste 3, lui il en reste 2, 3, 2.
Ah, il y a du monde encore, il y a
Ahorita
beaucoup,
nada
beaucoup,
para
beaucoup
dejar
de monde.
directo, jamás.
Ils ont
For
beaucoup
the
de points
World
et
Cup.
il y a encore des games à jouer.
Ouais. Et il a vraiment un coup à jouer, il a un très gros coup à jouer.
Ah, il peut se
Ahorita
qualifier,
nadie
il
para
peut
dejar
clairement se
directo
qualifier, il a tout ce qu'il faut.
Porque todo el mundo está viendo la World Cup.
Qui-
Y hasta los streamers están
se place juste
streameando
à
la
côté de
World
lui.
Cup.
You're streaming the World Cup.
Cette zone qui est délimitée, il va pas pouvoir bouger directement, c'est quand même quelqu'un juste au-dessus de lui, quoique. Est-ce qu'il va essayer de le fight ou pas? C'est ça la question. Il a l'air de
He's
pouvoir bouger
streaming.
maintenant. Allez, c'est parti, on enchaîne le combo
Non,
Silex
ouais,
plus Ninja pour aller vite se positionner parce qu'on voit qu'il y a encore
Il y a
personne dans
30
la zone.
personnes.
Du coup, c'est le moment de prendre peut-être juste cette petite colline. Oh, au-dessus.
Je suis pas
Pas
sûr.
mal, juste pour obliger l'adversaire à utiliser des constructions.
Je sais pas, parce que j'ai vu qu'il y avait du monde là-haut.
C'est ça qui faisait peur surtout.
Ouais.
Et du coup, il a réussi à choper la zone. Il amènerait à une bonne position pour potentiellement mettre des dégâts, comme par exemple là, ce petit Jean-Luc qui court là. Oh,
Voilà.
tête body, ça fait mal.
Le classique, hein, la kill, on la connaît, celle-là, la tête body. Tête corps.
Ve cómo se pone, amor.
Ils ont duo, on entend ça tout le temps crier.
Ouais.
Et du coup, top 44 pour lui.
Et donc du coup là il y a je vois des questions hein, pour nos Solari, bon Hunty on va ça va
c'est
être
compliqué.
ultra dur, s'il y arrive ce sera un miracle.
Nikov il lui reste une game.
Nikov il lui reste 2 games normalement.
2 games. Ah il a toujours pas relancé depuis tout à l'heure.
Il avait fait une pause, après je t'avouerai qu'il était en game tout à l'heure en tout début de game, donc j'espère que c'était juste la première, hein, les 2 qui lui restaient. Nikov il faudra qu'il sorte 2 très grosses games mais c'est jouable. Et là par contre
Airwax c'est jouable aussi, il faut rester dans le bon mood aussi.
Voilà, Airwax s'il continue sur sa lancée, c'est très jouable aussi. Après faut pas que ça s'écoule un peu devant, enfin bref, il y a beaucoup de choses qui rentrent.
C'est pour l'instant, malheureusement pour Airwax ça ne suffit pas.
Ouais, mais il est pas loin du tout.
Mais c'est ça,
il
c'est
est à 5
5
points du 5ème.
On va refaire un petit refresh au cas où, on va voir. Toujours voilà, 47 points donc ça n'a pas changé. Donc,
il est à 5 points du 5ème.
Et regarde, tous ces gens sont en game, tous. Le top 9 qui est en game. Évidemment, enfin encore heureux qu'ils sont tous en game évidemment parce qu'il reste encore plus de 30 minutes.
Airwax ça va être la course en tête sur sa 8ème, 9ème place pardon ex aequo.
C'est ça.
Et c'était écroulé sur la fin donc voilà pourquoi là il faut qu'il fasse juste le contraire.
Exactement, là, il faut le petit point qui peut changer la donne, il faut qu'il le fasse.
Tout à fait.
Qui a toujours top 43 qui tente de mettre des petites balles aux gens, ça touche, mais rien de bien méchant. Jason qui va être délimité s'il faut grimper cette colline, ça va être dangereux. Et non, il va pas falloir la grimper, mais les gens qui sont sur le côté gauche là-bas, ils vont pleurer. Hein.
Ils vont pas être ils vont être dans le déni, je pense.
Oh oui.
Pour lui.
Oh peut-être les... Oh dommage qu'il n'ait pas edit là-dessus sur la porte et le coup de silex. Parce qu'il aurait pu. Hein.
Oui, il l'a coupé. Je pense qu'il s'en doutait pas.
Je sais pas du tout.
Après quand il y a la porte, t'as pas la balle.
Non, ça n'empêche pas d'éditer.
Non, je parle de tir.
Ah peut-être.
Parce que je sais que lui il joue avec la porte pas mal pour tenter des...
Attention, ah c'est bien. Heureusement il a été très méthodique parce que là il aurait pris énormément de dégâts avec son coup de silex pour le coup. Et là du coup il arrive à se positionner avec une balle de silex et une ninja. Et c'est bien. Il gaspille pas plus que ce qu'il a besoin.
Ay, madre mía.
Quand même.
Ouais mais c'est vraiment pas mal ce qu'il fait. Moi j'aime bien parce qu'il essaie de changer un petit peu la façon de se déplacer. Il tente des trucs, il a bien raison.
Está comiendo chocolate.
Il va falloir être sûr de soi quoi. Et là il le montre avec ceci.
Exactement.
Pero este maje no juega tan mal, la verdad. Lo
Balle
está
pour
jugando
une
bien.
bulle. 100% des chances on le fera. Et là il a la zone, il continue de regarder un petit peu.
Oh, ¿usted cree que van a salir tan mal de salir a que los vayan a bala?
Attention, il y a des joueurs qui sont tout en haut qui à tout le monde vu que c'est du bois, il peut se faire laser. Encore un pas de grenade ninja pour la suite. Il est top 39. Encore beaucoup de joueurs dans cette game.
Ouais les games stack hein. On voit pas trop de
Pour
games.
l'instant on n'aura pas vu une seule game rush. Hein. C'est plutôt cool.
Ça c'est cool,
Oh,
c'est des bonnes games, ça
shit.
fait plaisir. Merci les joueurs.
Ah, what the fuck.
Voilà, il faut que ce soit la pression jusqu'au
C'est
bout
ça.
pour qu'ils jouent vraiment.
Ah, vous imaginez là, les amis d'Epic, hein, si vous aviez fait des demi-finales avec des finales, et qu'on avait fait un truc
Ils auraient
un peu
dû
à la
faire des
Winter,
quarts de finale, demi-finale,
voilà.
finale.
On aurait fait la même chose mais avec des super games, super stack.
Oui.
Entre chocolat.
La zone qui va bouger.
Non, lequel
Je pense pas qu'il passe. Je pense qu'il va utiliser sa ninja. Enfin, Silex Ninja comme il a fait depuis tout à l'heure.
Non, este man también está reaccionando al mismo que yo estaba viendo. Nick Mertz! ¿Qué pedo, Nick Mertz?
Il y a mon Graal dans sa game.
Ah, d'accord.
Se fue para
Sur
Face,
il y a
Nick
mon Graal.
Buena jugada, estuvo buena la jugada.
Il a pas perdu de vie là-dessus. Attention, faut pas s'enfermer non plus, faut pas se bloquer. On essaie de rebondir un peu. Oh, il se retrouve dans la même box. Oh, le cap pas touché, pourtant il était dessus. Oh, il se fait trap malheureusement.
Non.
Alors là, je vous explique comment cette balle.
¿Qué pasó?
Pas non plus, son viseur était dessus.
Ouch, me golpeé mi
Son
mano
viseur était
por
complètement
fibra.
dessus et ça fait un coup. Je pense que c'était un coup à 142 dégâts minimum qui passait.
Bon, là on a des balles, on a une bulle, on a du shadow, on a du shield.
On n'a pas été contesté au spawn.
Ouais. Là c'est une game un peu qui commence
Ah.
très bien par Wax. En plus ça a l'air d'être une game un peu rush. Parce qu'il y
Ouais,
a
64 joueurs en vie, donc ouais,
C'est
c'est
que
pas
no
plus mal
salía,
pour
pues.
Wax.
No, la tormenta.
Oigan,
En plus, je pense que si
Entonces
il
no
va jusqu'au
tenía
bout,
opción.
même s'il fait top 1, je pense qu'il a le temps de relancer. Enfin, du moins, le temps sera pas fini. Il est 39. Bon, après, évidemment, qui
Brian.
proc ou pas proc, ça maintenant on dit plus rien parce que les
yo
5
iba a
minutes de
decir,
proc
este
on a
más
compris donc.
inteligente pone esta y
On va voir
esta.
comment ça se passe. En tout cas, il a
Este,
44
ponelo
points
acá.
donc
Y
Karim
este
casse
que
sa
te quede así.
qualification dans les mains.
Ah ouais,
Il faut se battre.
Fais-moi un top 1 tiki kill.
Voilà, assure ta qualification
Oh,
maintenant
ok.
et remplis un coup.
Oh, ça serait bien. Petit top 1 tiki.
Y así. Por
En
ejemplo.
plus, là t'as un record du monde de top 1 à faire là.
Bien inteligente
C'est vrai.
eres tú, Brian.
On cache un petit peu le top 8, 49 points qui a un petit peu augmenté de 2 points.
Es que ellos van como exactamente.
Mais le truc c'est que là les mecs qui vont lancer, et ben
Là, s'ils vont
pas faire
jusqu'au
de
bout,
game, ils vont pas faire de game.
c'est soit ils font game rush,
Voilà.
ils font 2-3 points max, peut-être plus évidemment, mais déjà 2 points c'est beaucoup dans une game rush. Pour lancer après à la fin une très grosse game. Sinon, ben là, s'ils vont jusqu'au bout maintenant, ben, il n'y aura plus de game pour eux.
Ouais,
Parce qu'après, bon, ils font une game, ils font 15 points et ça dure.
Ah.
Et là, comme il va faire 25.
Ellos juegan bien.
Allez.
Digamos, le quitan todo y le bajan y le
¿Cómo se
ponen
dice? Ah, bueno, no,
bastante
y-
las cosas electrónicas para mirar mejor a los jugadores.
C'est ça.
Pero se mira tan raro.
J'essaie de regarder un petit peu. Un Black Sou aussi à 44 points.
Ouais, il lui reste une game au Black Sou.
Black Sou, il a 7 games,
il est
donc
bien
il est
aussi,
très
ouais.
bien aussi. Il est dans le même cas de figure que Arwax pour le coup.
Les mises aussi, regarde.
Mise, le joueur de JO.
No ve cómo se
42
mueve.
points.
Vamos.
Aussi, bah,
Con la cabeza.
de Stompy qui malheureusement c'est pas encore qualifié en solo lui, mais qui a aussi un coup à jouer.
Con la cabeza dirige.
En game là, sauf s'il marque beaucoup de points là, je pense que ça va être compliqué parce qu'il y aura qu'une seule game supplémentaire.
Kenneth et Nolan Blaster aussi sont déjà qualifiés.
Reconnect the
points. Je regarde, je
the
vois
Renegade
même pas
Gator
du tout.
skin.
Ah, celui-là. 38 points, 60.
Ouais, c'est fini.
Et en plus, il est toutes ces games déjà.
Oh là là, Mitro,
Wow,
Mitro,
Mitro, donc
Boyer,
là-
montre-moi Boyer.
D'ailleurs,
Il est juste au-dessus de Mitro.
Ah, il est chaud, pardon, j'ai pas vu.
Non.
Hunter Airwax sont
Hunter
la
Airwax
même
dans la
game.
même game, ok.
Et
Il reste des games.
ouais,
Boyer,
Boyer,
38 points.
aussi, je pense. Enfin, on sait jamais.
En tout cas, 38 points, c'est quand même plus de chance pour
Aura
ça que
pas
What?
Le Recon
les
Expert.
Et voilà Mitro,
Alors
la
ça,
première vraie surprise en solo
ah ouais.
qui n'est pas qualifiée pour la Coupe du Monde.
Alors ça, c'est
Ya dijo yo fueron el Recon Expert.
Et on voit dans la
La
game de
renegada.
Airwax, il y a aussi le joueur de Géo.
I meant to say the Renegade Gator.
Putos anuncios de mierda, carajo.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to E3. This looks cool.
Combat shotgun and the victory royale. You love to see it.
Well done there from Zadek now. You see Marcotte in full right on the edge of the zone. An intense little 1v1 right now. Trap does go down defensively. Fool saying, I'm having absolutely none of that. You can see he wants to try and get the materials that are there. Trap does get broken on the other side by Marcotte. And now you get a nice little box fight. So this is one of the things, if you want to learn how to get good at competitive Fortnite, learn to fight from the box. The whistle said it's time to go.
The whistle just signal the push. Honestly, oh, that's very funny. Push in there. Fool gets 2 taps there. The shotgun falls through a 92 crit. Gets him the elimination, double back, pick up the rest of that wood, anything they can top off with. Shots coming in from the sides, gonna have to wall himself off, double air, and ops instead of popping the minis to shadow bomb, just because I think the fear of positioning there and exposure, maybe adding a little too much attention. Did take 1 more tap on the move, gonna have a chance to heal up. Meanwhile, the top of this hill, thick with players, where they stacked up trying to make rotation here. 41. Well, actually, they're from the stream. Trick Pog taking forward.
Crew also in the match was second last time we saw him there. We got a number of duo qualifiers over on the side there. Players looking to get their solo spot. You see Kuma using the stink to try and force the player forward, and then editing out. Boom, there goes the second one, knowing they can't stack in volume and quadra. That one smells. Go get yourself a gas mask. Try and queue back up.
Winners in on 3. Elam's now holding the edit. Just gonna try and peek on through, deciding to apply a little more pressure. Oh my gosh, the back-to-back. The stink bombs, very lethal, especially at this point in the game. You have to realize these players understand if there's people that were caught rotating, got tagged up significantly, and didn't have the ability to heal, as will be the case quite often in games like this, where you have so many people in such a tight space, there's a good chance that people that are boxed up in front of you are potentially missing HP, maybe some fall damage, maybe they got hit by multiple people on rotation. They could have been, I mean, we even saw a Shadow Bomb player get shot just moments before that, and we're about 50 HP. That is a good opportunity to just chuck the stink in there, maybe do an HP check, see if they're low, and in this case, it pays off. 2 eliminations with basically no effort. And as you said before, we're looking to get the player count down to 30 before that storm surge goes away. We're sitting at 38 above for Dave, 32 players left, so 2 more need to go down.
Oop, boxes the baller in. The baller is going to just boost right on out, says I want nothing to do with that. Now you can see on the side, Dave getting another tag there. You see that threshold number also going up. Needs to be conscious. He left that edit open, but the player, because his back is to the storm, isn't going to have time to take shots towards him. So well played from Dave. Other players. Singularity. Caught a little bit there. Seemed like he was going for an aggro play.
I think potentially he expected Dave to not look back because the catch. Good grab there. Tripern, I feel like was thinking, okay, Dave's not looking at me. I'm just going to step out. I have the angle. I'm going to take the shots from this side, and ended up coming very quickly. Dave's reaction of rotation down there. I'm not sure how to say that name. I'm just going to put that out. It looks like a sneeze. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm normally even trying to attempt on that, but we're in the top 25. Let's pay attention to the rotations. As you see, a number of players playing billiards there on the low ground. Crew up on the high ground. You have WGS Jag, the player from South Korea, playing over in Europe right now. This is the most ballers I've seen in the lobby in forever.
The most ballers I've seen in a game easily this weekend.
I mean, I don't think we saw this many ballers in Europe when they were at 300 health. Europe has an affinity or like a particular hatred towards ballers rolling around.
We've made comments in the past about how they always seem to be fans of taking shots at players that are in ballers on the move when they have an opportunity to. Maybe a follow through here, the back-to-back. Can't quite find it. But yeah, look at how many are left out on the field. This is a very rare sight for European qualifiers.
I mean, and it kind of compounds on top of itself, because the more players who are in ballers, they aren't going to take shots at each other. And if you're not going to waste shots on baller players, you're not going to eliminate them. So, but once the explodes start coming out, that's when things get dicey, because the RPGs can damage through the ballers, and with the 150 HP, 1 AR round into them, and then followed by an RPG can be a ton of damage. But now Pill is just going to go to work, ignore the ballers on the low ground, running around like they're a game of marbles, and he finds Trophy, and he finds Elocrats right after.
13 players left. So on the rotation here, taking a chance to pop a mini. Does have the campfire, may or may not put it down. Not at this point, Storm's too close to his back, so he's going to have to push forward. Like you said, multiple ballers are still in play, and with players not jumping out and not having pressure applied to them, you're looking at way less than 11 people. The player count remaining, that's not the number that are actually forced to engage each other right now. The people in ballers are almost being ignored. The heavy snipe from behind, and Mavjo picks up and Elim, the push inside.
He realizes
him.
look at how many people are around in the same box.
And instead, everybody goes up to the sky. No Elam coming out there. So all of a sudden, 3 up, 7 down.
Pues yo
on the
digo
ultimate
que
high
la va
ground.
a
Wesley Nutt and
ganar
Blackso
el de
on the
arriba,
low ground.
Max
Jags,
Celeste.
ADX also on the mid-tarp. Tolazeto looking for shots, has redeploy and the flint knock. Not going to find any, so ultimate high is going to be in his control. 10 players left, but he gets challenged.
One more all the way in the high ground, just barely lost it. The flint knock flying up above. What a play! Takes the high ground back. Has ultimate high, looking down from above. Only 29 builds. Has the redeploy to catch himself if he has to jump off, if he runs out of materials, but we'll see here in a second.
Somebody else just went up.
Yep, you heard it. There it is. The fish flying past. Tolazito might take a shot. The flint knock kind of gets stuck in his own box for a second. This ADX dropping in. Mexi from Loot Boy. In the middle of your screen there, Tolazito still has the high ground, drops down to the next tarp. Mexi building out, trying to stay in the safe zone. This is the most players we've seen in a zone this tight in a long time. The Rift.
That's one. Is one player up in the rift. So you have one player up in the sky. Tolazeto on ultimate high ground. Power, Psyches, and Blackso down the low. You have Tolazeto in your top right. Power in your bottom right. Tolazeto looking for it, and he finds Mexi out of the sky, and he gets the Cypher. Now he's dropping down with the redeploy, looking for Psychic on the campfire, and he finds it. Gets the Cypher, and it's enough to put him over the top for the victory royale. Tolazito, you are mad indeed. The 2 Elims being the swing. 12 points there. Well done, sir.
The transition of the shot with the flint knock midair into an immediate descend, the redeploy to catch himself, and then the swap to the TAC AR and spray through the build while the player was sitting on top of both campfires. 200 IQ.
That was
oh my
really
gosh.
well played from Tolazeto. That's probably some of the best overall flint knock usage we've seen. We took high ground, I think, twice.
You did.
Going there, and then additionally picked up a sick elim on the player out of the air with that heavy shot, and then dropped down. I mean, just well done.
Literally, you were saying he was unchallenged for high ground, immediately got challenged, and then used the flint knock on a single build out to take it back and force the player to drop. Well played indeed. What a loadout for the late game too. Anyway, 43 players left. Next game, Europe.
42 players left.
42 players remaining. I just shouldn't say it sometimes. Looking for 41 players remaining here in a second. Someone trying to pick up another one. That was the first elimination for this player this game. By the way, quick reminder, 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. If you would like to queue in, you're in the European region, now's the time to do it. Those last couple in. This is the last week for solos to qualify to punch that ticket to New York City. Don't forget it.
And after that, there's no more solo spots. 8 more players will be advancing from Europe. We'll have 6 from NA East, 2 from NA West, and 1 coming out of Brazil. And then the solos competition will be completely rounded out. These are the final moments. Again, don't forget, we will go a little bit longer than the queue times because the average game of full Fortnite is about 26 minutes long. So you need to let everyone finish up, get all of those results tallied in, because every single time, it's going to come down to the last match of the server, those top point lobbies. And right now, Motor is trying to make a case to get into one of those lobbies as he's sitting in this cone looking for a peek. 42 players remaining, so again, everyone playing absurdly safe. Nobody wants to put themselves at risk, and Motor recognized that, trying to pile in on that player as Paquito and Freck get taken down, and we have our top 40, Tohaj, being taken down as well, and we're still 14 players away from the...
Yes.
¿Ah? Pues después me vas a decir, ¿cómo así? Sí, sí. Me vas a dejar de... Sí, sí, sí.
Sorry, man.
No, y ¿por qué no me está dando la capturadora? Oh shit, si es que no tengo conectado.
Oh my god. ¿Te escuchas ahora, Brian? Y
Aló.
me quebré la silla.
No sé, no, espérame.
Porque eso sí es eso, ¿verdad? No cambié de allí.
Pues ya estamos aquí en el juego.
Quiero escuchar, ¿verdad?
Nada, desconectado, pero
no quiero escuchar.
¿qué?
Quiero escuchar.
¿Cómo?
Quiero escuchar. Solo si voy a tu stream, voy a escuchar. Pero si no voy,
No me dejo, no me.
oh, ¿qué pasó?
Ajá. Me fui a lavar las manos para que me llene de chocolate.
Tú prestaste the World Cup on accident, Brian.
That's 2 more points going over for him. That could be huge. That could be it. And now Mongo on the side of the zone. Back up to 75 HP. What can he do with it? Will the Cypher in the match be enough? 70 materials on the side of the zone. 24 players left. Less than 5 minutes left in the queue time. If you want to go to New York City, you show up. Unfortunately, Mongrel is out. Let's see if he can get another Q as the rest of the match is now running. Provoked up on the high ground. You see Stompy, Marquez also hanging out. Marquez trying to take the high ground away, but SV Armin is up there as we hit the second placement threshold. Top 15 now.
Stompy picking up another elimination of the feed. Provoked at 3 eliminations from Fnatic here. Stompy picking up actually another one. Stompy absolutely owning the feed. Provoked trying to box up, stay alive, very edge of the zone. Takes the chance, an opportunity to pop that slurp and get a little bit of a tick. Moves forward, trying to top off the HP. Players fighting underneath him, looking for a chance to establish a base of operations on the move here. And it's going to be difficult. Does get the mini off, though. Looking for players from behind. Very common tactic here. You get into a safe area where even if it might be 3-4 meters, someone in the face with that combat shotgun. You look for any chance for a quick whip back, anybody moving in from the outside of the storm, because they're the ones that they're forced to move in. You can't sit out there. And so even if you have 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of them, you can look back and get a shot off and pick up an elimination. 40 seconds left on that European queue. Get in those games if you're going to try and get the last ones in. Quick edit, a peek through. Cubex gets tapped one time, very low. Now you have to remember there's a 60-second window after that damage, where if storm damage maybe claims that player gets an elimination, it's going to count for Provoke. Dropping in here, 8 players left. Quick swap shot, back to back, and MQ goes down. For another, players underneath on rotation. Quick edit down, push in, finds another on the outside. One more, looks for another, gets it, Stompy, gets another. 3 eliminations, the triple in the feed, and there's 3 players left. Provoke on the ultimate low ground right now. 1 mini pop, moves all the way to the edge, pops. First campfire down.
He's getting pressure from both sides now, and this is the top 3. Shot, it's aim, Cubex, who gets it. That's 52 points for Provoked. And again, each one of these elims, each one of them matters more when you're in these high points lobby. Martaz on the high ground, Cubex on the low ground, 39 to 49 points. Martaz wants to close this out. 27 builds to the 0 of Cubex, and that's going to be it. Martaz closes that one out. 43 points so far. Queue times are closed. The last matches will be coming in, but for now, we're going to go back on over.
Ya conectó, ya no.
No.
We've got some cool clips as we make our way into the station. Just some really fun clips that I wanted to take a moment to talk about. Wolfsies, of course. Just had a dope flick shot. Look at that. Over on Marlin, and just absolutely incredible. This is the level of skill. And I just want to highlight his rifling skills and just the way he approaches this fight. He knows the players down below. No builds. And And you can just see he's using that brick floor, just ducking behind, making sure it's absorbing as much damage as possible. Airwalks. This is someone for me that I truly believe and I want to see go to the World Cup Finals, especially with the last opportunity. Him and his duo partner Nikov have already qualified in duos, right? Even though his other teammates, Kinsar and Hunter, have also qualified. The difference is that Kinsar right now is the only member from Solar that is qualified for the solo format, and Airwalks is looking to do the same. We're gonna watch this incredible spree. Just look at the way he's navigating all this density, right? He's just, his game sense and his awareness is on point. He's going to pick up 8 elimination total in this run. Now, unfortunately, he does not end up being the Victory Royale, but just look at this guy. He's unbelievable. Once he gets going, it's very difficult for him, for anyone to stop him. Now, we're going to see his untimely demise here. He is going to go and try and challenge a player. He's going to pick them off, and he does get traded back out. Now, keep in mind, though, he did make top 5, so he still got the points from that. Now, Tolicito, we saw this incredible play. I thought this was incredible because he used the Flintlock to shut down Mexi up on the high ground. And then just look at the HP from everyone else. He has HP advantage. He's so confident. He's just going to dive down and try and go for the challenge. Even if the player had traded out, he would have been in a pretty good state either way. So it was a pretty good game for these players. I mean, it's finals day. You know everyone's showing up big, making plays.
Insane right there. To have the confidence to drop on down, redeploy. But guys, I'm not going to hold this up. We've got our final games from the European region. Who will make it to the Fortnite World Cup Finals? Let's find out.
Thank you so much, Courage. Also, just want to give a shout out real quick to the guy running the AR wall. Whoever picked the screen that was right there, the way the two lines lined up with the black floor. It looked, I was sitting here and I'm like, all right, that's a cool shot. So, you know, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We give a bunch of love to the observers. Give him some love right there. But now we're on board. Again, these are the absolute final matches. Queue times are done. We are in Europe. 8 spots up for grabs for the Fortnite World Cup final. This is your last opportunity. If you are one of the best of the best, you need to prove it right now, or you will not be on that stage. You won't be playing with Tfue, with X2 Jordan, with Stompy, and 6J trying to make a case for being there as he picks up Z-Grid and then gets on his rotation.
Absolutely ridiculous. Between games there, while everybody was watching the quick replay analysis, Sundown and I were talking about the different regions and just how certain aspects of each region stand out, and I think it's unanimous agreement that Europe has some of the best technical Fortnite and some of the most aggressive play that I think we've ever seen, and it is so much fun to talk about and so much fun to watch because these players are playing on a level that I don't think you have to imagine back in the day when Fortnite was, you know, it was the Battle Royale portion was in its, you know, early days. No one imagined the game would get to this. You can't possibly have said, oh yeah, one day we're gonna watch players, you know, the technical skill and building and quickly editing and dropping in through floors and pushing walls and doing all these things, everything that they do. No one would have imagined it was gonna come to this, the quick edits and push through Kais and picking up the first Elam. It's things like this. You could not have told me this is what Fortnite was going to evolve into, and you have to admit, whether you love or hate the game, no matter what you think about it, how things have changed and grown is fantastic to see. People are really pushing the technical skill that I think Fortnite has to offer in a way that no one could have predicted.
I mean, it's actually absurd to me, and like I said, I've been able to be a part of the process from playtesting through all of this.
You've been around since the beginning.
Yeah, I've never would have fathomed that players were doing this. I think one of the first things when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's good because you can be aggressive because you can like build at someone in your own cover. You don't just like hide behind a wall and stuff. And now it turns into, instead, these guys are building literal tunnels and mansions and skyscrapers in the span of 2 seconds. I think one of the plays we saw yesterday with the player, one by one, threw a trap down, edited a ramp, and shot all in the span of 0.2 seconds. So I'm like, all right, you're playing a different game than me. Yeah, right there. Sky taking away Yarkos' ceiling with a single shot, double replaces it, double edits down, and then pushes in the space of nearly a half second. He gets it. I was about to say 57, but 60 points now as the top 15 does
literally just take over.
The player gets taken down, and Sky is creeping up into that qualification range again. Top 8 players will go, and this is the last shot. How they earn the points. Top 25 is 3, top 15 is 5. Top 5 is 7,
Pero ya no
Victory
sabe
Royale is
caminar.
10, each Elam is
Ah.
1, and Skype certainly
no sabe
knows that. He's
caminar,
been playing absurdly aggro. If
Sí,
he
pero
hits
se
you,
lo
he wants to go.
todavía lo-
Saw for just a second in there, a
Cuando va a
quick attempt
caminar,
at
me
maybe
checa
a heavy
bien.
sniper shot, but he realized it wasn't loaded, opted back to try and push through the ramp
Davino.
instead. Very quick thinking on
Porque
Skype's part.
puede
Swap out
caminar,
the
pero
combat shotgun
tampoco
instead of
puede
attack.
ahí
Pretty
mantener
common
todo
there,
el
player
tiempo.
looting inside, but Skype more focused on rotation and position,
Ah.
as placement points will be everything for a player that is this close to making it to New York City.
That was so good by him to go around the back side of that building so he could extend the shadow bomb timer up to now get up to the mid tarp. You have Light up on the high ground, 13 up Nay, now just dropping down on the tarp below Skype. So Skype is on secondary high, but he's boxed up right now. Light's going to begin to work top down as we still have a number of ballers who are going to begin to get shot out as we head towards the second placement threshold. Kinzo gets taken down there, and Light continues to rain shots down onto these ballers, saying, hey, we got to play Fortnite with the rest of us. Burn your mats, get out of there. Top 15 is on the board. John22 on Twitch picks up Calzo. Uno OG goes down, and Light continues to check his top, make sure he's safe, and then rain shots down. Dalo gets taken out as we get closer and closer to the top 10.
12 players remaining. Light still ultimate high ground. Skype right underneath, and I believe I saw for a moment Benji
No te
Fisher was in
escuchas
this game,
doble.
but it looks like he's been eliminated at this point. Kaizen on the ultimate low.
En este momento estamos presenciando a unos jugadores tan pro que me vale verga, perros.
The pyramid of the play underneath kind of signals to me maybe not pushing up just yet, and I think Light realizes that, taking a chance to look down at maybe other players in the move, and yeah, he sees another one. There's a scent of potentially elimination. Light getting challenged for high ground now.
It's Rafty. Rafty's going for it and then drops back down, realizing he's not going to be able to take it. Pops the shadow form and goes all the way down to the far side. We're nearing the top 5. Now, one thing to keep an eye on, look at the points next to the names. 56 on Light, 64 on Skype. This is for a trip to New York City as Light is able to pick up 59 there. They want everything they can. 6 shades, he gets Rafty.
No.
Skype on the edge
No.
of the mountain tries to find the jump pad.
Light
and
no.
going to the sky. Light trades
No,
out
no,
Miles
Light
on the
no,
top.
no,
So
no,
now
no, no,
60 to 67 points, but Skype on 55 HP. Light pops the shadow bomb. What's he gonna do? Opts to drop down, so now Skype has to know he's down there. Skype has no mobility.
Light no.
Takes it over. Light gets the Elam credit as well, and that's gonna push him up to 64 as well, so evens it up. We're getting down to the final moment.
Depending on where this was in their games played, we're looking at 64 and 67 players for Light and Skype, respectively. That potentially could have been a prevention for Skype to make it to New York City, or pushing Light all the way close enough to qualify if he has a game left. People have to realize these end games, when you see players at those point counts fighting it out for the Victory Royale, it can mean the difference. We saw it, I think, last week in NA East, a team just literally fighting the last second, the very last match, and the fact that one team took the win is what put them in the placement to make
It was week 6 duos, and it was RBK versus the Cooler Boys. The Cooler Boys ended up winning the 2v2 from the low ground, got the Victory Royale, and the 3-point difference from the Victory Royale, not even the elims, was enough to deny the RBK Boys the spot. So when we talk about high impact eliminations, high impact engagements, and everyone mattering, when the queues are closed, these are the last matches on the server, so not exactly live, but about 5 to 10 minutes delayed. You are deciding your trips, you're deciding other people's fates, and these are the moments when you need to clutch up. We talked about before, you don't have to be the best, but you need to be better than the person across from you. And when you're dealing with the best of the best in a trip to New York City, that's still got to be really good.
That's why I'm here behind the desk and not at the game.
I'm so glad this is so good. They make our job so incredibly easy. If the gameplay was really difficult, it'd be hard, but it's so hype. You guys are so good. Just shout out again one time. Hashtag Fortnite to all of the players who have competed in the arena, in the tournaments, on Saturday, on Sunday. Thank you so much for doing this and making incredible plays and giving us this opportunity.
I do want to say too that one of the most common, I think, criticisms of competitive Fortnite is typically
Oh.
the shots through kills. Only's almost finding that Elim, gets one big hit, can't quite find the second. Exotics does pick that Elim up. I was gonna say one of the most common criticisms of competitive Fortnite is everybody's sitting in one by ones, not doing anything. You know, it's kind of slow play from time to time. I want them to pull this stream up and watch through these European games. Let us get to NA East and NA West and just how much pressure they apply at times. We literally just saw a player run out, push through a box with a heavy snipe and push inside and get an elimination, feeding into like hits and shots through there with combat.
A ver, ¿qué hace ahí? Ya sí son aquí, la verdad. Esto es otra peda,
There's tension, there's action, there's pressure applied from every angle. Sometimes you really have to dig in and watch long durations of this to see all the craziness that happens because people are elevating the gameplay every time we watch it.
There's so many nuances, and I think the best part for me is every single day there's something new somebody is doing to push the envelope. There's always something somebody finds that is able to do. In every patch that comes out, somebody finds a new combination, or there's something that's slightly better. As Excite has now picked up 6 Elims in this match. We've seen 3 of them. We've now seen 4 of them going to work with the legendary AR and the Shadow Bombs on the rotation, getting himself over to the sides of zones and then posting up and taking shots. You can notice, again, one thing, when you box up on an opponent's material, go over and up a grid space. You never want to be on the same level or one wall away from somebody else. Make them break 2 walls every single time, always.
You're asking to get pushed quickly if you land side by side, especially if you're going to have to force a fight for a wall. Sight looking for shots here on players in the rotation. A little bit ahead inside the circle. A rocket coming, quick close. The close off the edit. Good reset there. He's going to catch it before it blows him up. Looking back behind. Player rotating the outside. He sees the silhouette. Watching for the shot. Takes it. Gets it. Box goes down up to 198 total HP and 8 eliminations. We'll get a top 15 here in one more player needs to go down. Sight the forefront of the storm now. Waiting his time. Trying to wait for that Shadow Bomb to tick out so we can box up.
This is an incredible game so far from Excite. With that pushing over, he's on a 13-point match right now. Let's look at the rest of the lobby.
Se escucha el ventilador,
on the high ground, you have Miko, Lars, Ballboom, Motor, and Zypler all in the mid-turn. The rest of the players on the low ground. You see Noodle Konget just get ticked over from the storm there. Motor going to begin to work top down, sitting on 41 points. Gets the headshot, knows there's white damage there. Player in the box, sees him get eliminated, but he wants to continue moving forward. That was Maxa and Excite, who both just got picked up, and Motor is completely out of builds with no Elims. He has to find something or has to find a way to drop down. Luckily, a player building on the turn beneath sees the Shadow Bomb drop. He's going to use the pine tree to not take fall damage. Find Go-Go's on the side, and also gets all of his back and the med kit on 80 HP. That could be huge. You have the ability with the campfire, but he's dealing with such limited ammunition in terms of the small rounds. Wallboom goes down to Artur, and we get closer and closer to the final placement threshold before the victory royale. Motor opts to pop the campfire early. If he goes to full 100, this could end up being detrimental to him trying to medkit if we go to full heal. However, don't think that's going to happen with 90 seconds left. Antrak gets Miko, and we're into the top 5.
44 points right now for Motor. Pressure from above. Gonna have to box up and wait. See if anybody can make the move. Like you said, a big material pickup just moments ago for Motor, but not enough ammunition to make a difference. Artur on the ultimate high drops down and reconnects quickly. Very important move there. You see he places a couple surfaces and builds his way back up. Quick shotty shot. Anthrax trying to apply pressure. Player drops in. Shot from the outside. Gets Lars. Gonna have to rotate to the zone quickly as that storm is ticking for 10. 3 players left and pressure from underneath. Anthrax sitting on 2 builds, 15 bandages, but it's not going to be enough to keep himself safe unless he picks up this Elim. Maybe some materials, 2 big hits. Can't quite find the elimination. Going to try and get ahead of the build. Shot from above. Pressure from the third party and Motor picks up that elimination. A 1v1 heads up situation. Motor in a huge disadvantage in the storm, ticking slowly, and Artur sitting on enough builds, maybe to apply pressure down to 10. And finds the elimination. Only 2, but it still gets the job done. A 12-point victory royale pushes Artur to 42 points thus far.
And again, don't forget, with the prize pool being doubled this week, even if you don't get one of those qualification spots there, the money is doubled in every single one of the placements, so each one of those interactions could be the difference in a little bit of a bigger paycheck. But now we're swinging right on board over towards one of the snowy biome areas in Hackett.
juguemos nosotros unas partidas. Juguemos nosotros.
The iconic dance. Who's say to you?
El traicionero es que ni siquiera está viendo el
Jonathan.
Who's say to you, Brian?
No me deja unirme aún.
¿Cómo? Ahora. Vos lo tenés en privado, va.
No. En público.
Salite y volverte a meter. Solo seleccionar modo de juego.
Ya. Vamos a cerrar el juego.
¿No?
Tengo que cerrar el juego con mi clavo.
We're about to win the World Cup, man. Mira cuando terminamos, ¿no? Te mataron, híjole.
Ya, mira que él sí no va a llegar para jugar una partida.
¿Ah?
Aquí no le va a llegar para jugar una partida. Pues,
¡Ay, victoria!
Este era el juego que estaba jugando la banana y el baje en el búnker cuando se quedaron atrapados.
Y también el pendejo se la comió. Gracias por recordar, mamá.
Banana te está ganando. Jonesy. Banana te está ganando. Jonesy es de segundo.
Ya estás aquí. Oh. Si lo mato, ¡ah! Lo maté.
Ya lo mataste. No sé, todavía no lo has matado. Hasta ahorita lo matas.
Tengo que arreglar esa cosa.
Con mitad de World Cup, Brian. Con este y con el World Cup.
Ah, le hice igual. Lo estamos haciendo igual. Lo estamos haciendo igual.
vale, Brian, ¿por qué no me lo compartes? Brian, ¿por qué no me lo compartes, Brian?
Ahora bola que
Y Jonathan.
me estás preguntando.
Los suscriptores.
Yo qué vas a ver.
Y yo.
Se perdió, murió.
Pero dijo que iba a volver o no.
Supuestamente. ¿Qué pedo, mi hermana? Yo creo que lo tengo que mutear esto.
No.
No lo tengo. Estamos jugando en la World Cup, amor, ¿ok? Así que pendiente.
Claro. Fíjate, dije que no
You are playing the World Cup?
No hay clasificado por qué.
Playing the World Cup, Brian?
Para mí
Quiero
no
ver.
lo tengo.
Te va a anotar a los 99, a los 99 participantes.
No muera, Brian.
No iban a durar nada.
¿Qué onda?
¿Qué onda, man?
¿Ya estás en la World Cup? ¿Cuántos puntos te faltan? A mí solo me faltan 50 puntos. Nunca subo.
No entiendo, maje. ¿Cuántos puntos ocupas?
Brian, ¿viste los comentarios?
Me faltan 200. Tengo 248.
Y para
Participar son 300.
300.
Ujú.
Ajá.
Yo tengo como 3 meses con los mismos. 248, 250. Nunca subo.
Este skin, yo quiero esto.
Está perro, man.
Yo quiero esto.
Antes tryhard.
Y hay street sniper, más que vos lo hacen eso para ir a joder a...
No, lo que pasa es que...
Stream snipe.
Wow.
Brian, mira.
¿Ya viste las
Brian,
skins
¿puedes
nuevas?
coger Fortnite en mi teléfono?
Transmisión.
No, ¿cuál es?
El moreno.
Ah, eso. ¿Qué pasó con eso?
Pero tryhard las andan también.
Todos los tryhards, no te creo.
Ajá. Transmisión. Solo tryhard las andan.
Te conectó a alguien.
Creo que la mujer me va a comprar.
Te lo vas a comprar.
Pero la mujer.
Es como la Record Expert, algo así.
¿Y estás jugando qué?
Ahí está.
Dale pues, vamos.
Esta es la
Ahorita
parte.
estamos en una partida, ¿no?
¿Sí?
Oh.
Oh shit.
¿De dónde salió?
¿Dónde está?
Ahí está.
Ay, no sé qué materia.
What?
Gustavo.
Streams. Deportalo, Brian.
Está reviviendo al amigo.
Ayer que no tenía ni nada.
¿Y estás jugando en squad?
No, en dúo.
Oh.
Deja ahí Jefferson.
Yo quiero ese skin, Brian.
Ya veo que Alvin se conectaba.
Ya vengo.
No me sabe conectar.
Ahorita.
¿Te gusta ese skin? La de Morena, la de Morena es que lo llevan los tryhard, ¿va?
Ay, Moreno, la de las tryhard. Ajá.
Y la blanquita.
También la de las tryhard, pero yo no la he comprado. Este más es bueno, fuente. Invitar a ver si...
No te lo compraste, Sam. El baile del cactus.
Yo quiero jugar, Brian, con ustedes.
¿No?
Me estoy uniendo.
¿Desde que salió o cuando yo lo compré?
Cuando vos lo compraste en el mismo momento que lo hice yo también.
No.
Y ya te había fijado.
Brian, estoy metido. Voy a jugar con ustedes.
Fuck mi culito. No. Tengo ganas de echarme un sueñito en esta silla. Ah, bueno.
Enrique será tuyo.
A puro huevo voy a meter esta silla gamer.
Esta vez me pueden ayudar, Brian. No dejarme solo con un niño que no me quiere ayudar, solo quiere jugar.
¿Aquí?
Solo quiere jugar creativo.
Yo no voy a ir ahí.
Yo dije, esta vez me pueden ayudar.
Quiero poder de estar, puta, porque siempre cuando estoy haciendo algo, vos estás acá hablándome en el puto oído todo el fucking tiempo.
Tiempo.
Mi hermanito.
Igual que mis primitos, aquí tengo 3 primitos a la par.
Pero yo no los escucho hablar y esto es literal todo el tiempo, más que cuando estoy haciendo algo.
Ya.
Bueno, antes no me ha venido a ver cuando me estoy jalando el ganso.
Nice. Me lo quito. Veinte. Bien.
madre se puso toda loquita con la ametralladora.
Bueno que lo maté yo porque yo lo había deleteado.
Amor. Ya tiene arma. Aquí hay un coso para volar si quieres. Ya te había presentado a mi novia, pues
No.
no.
¿O es tu novia? ¿O cómo se llama?
Chachi.
Nombre real.
Chachi.
¿Es tu nombre real?
Sí.
¿O es solo ID?
No, mira que dice Chachi ahí, dije Chasti.
Oh, bueno. Te gusta.
Él se llama David. David Eva, man. Pero todos le decimos Nirvana. Ya los acostumbramos.
Aquí hay shows, loco.
Una escopeta por ahí.
No hay escopeta aquí ni yo ando. Creo que tal vez.
¿Dónde está el escudo?
¿Quién es ese loco? Vestido.
¿Dónde está el escudo?
No,
Oh, te lo quitó entonces. Quitando, ve. Oh, te lo quitó él.
Yo creo que aquí estoy en
Vamos a la cancha. Ya morí, ve. Es vos, Omar. Y Alvin, vos.
Vámonos ya.
Viene.
¿Tienen antes?
No, es el mío que se movió.
Sí, ahí vamos. Puchica, en serio, ¿por qué me están sudando tanto las manos? What the fuck? Nunca me habían sudado las manos, pues. Checa, hasta ahora, ¿qué pedo? Yo no quiero estar limpiando el control con toallitas así, más no me da porque después se jode. Y ahora cerrar la puerta. Hola, pues. Ya vengo por ahí. Aquí anda la mona de mi la con braille. La con braille. Te voy a decir, a veces me llama Chuck E. Cheese a comer. A ver, déjame echar para que me invite a comer allí.
Baje uno. Dale. Ya lo mataron. ¿Dónde escopeta? Necesito la escopeta. No sé si querés. No sé qué. Gente, viene gente, viene gente.
El más esto se suicidó acá abajo.
Vámonos.
Tome, este más tenía un chico de bala.
Oh my
Aquí hay más
god. Me hizo daño. Me voy a morir. Ok, la segunda esta va.
Oh shit. Puta, vine a caer en un squad desde el principio.
Diablo, me dejaron con... No. Me mataron. Qué mala suerte. Arriba está. Abajo, abajo.
Mira.
Diablo.
Shit. Puta boco. ¿Ah? Loco, yo no vi a este perro, ma, yo lo vi en boloncha. Solo vi un puto boloncha de mierda, loco. Oh, la verga.
Tenemos a alguien más.
Pero no estuvo tan mal, la partida 2 movimos bien.
Ya me vomitaron.
Si no los hubieran agarrado así saliendo de las tormentas, lo hubiéramos hecho ya mejor. Y lo peor que cuando caes así en un escuadrón así, loco, te hacen verga porque te están disparando los cuatro.
No, vos tenías uno, vos tenías un escuadrón, yo tenía otro atrás.
Todo de mierda.
Oye, que me bajaron a mí.
Dale, listo.
Pero vamos a meter a alguien más. Voy a enviar a otro amigo.
Mira al baño, amor, a lavarme las manos de este chingo sudor. Y siento las piernas templadas. Oh. Ya ni se acaba de echar una pija de canción, amor.
¿Cómo así?
Yo creo que mejor que Maluma. Apun Chica Pun se llama la canción. Hace ya Pun Chica Pun, Chica Pun, Chica Pun. The World Cup. Voy a dejar de así transmitir ya. Voy a tener que ver cómo arreglar eso.